Mic check. How's it going, everyone? Pop Tart here. Welcome back to the Aeroteam Gaming Channel. Today we are flying British Airways Flight 1459, callsign Shuttle 9 Yankee, from Edinburgh to London, and I am extremely excited. I love the A319 so much. It was actually just a year ago exactly, minus a day, August 23rd last year, that I flew the leg up to Edinburgh in the towless A319, and yeah, so to celebrate the launch of the Fenix A319, I thought this would be pretty fitting. It's also a great excuse to get a peek at the Pyreegue Edinburgh V2 scenery that I just picked up recently, or that just came out recently as well. I was hoping for a little bit more of a view, a nice sunset flight. This is a 6 p.m. departure-ish in the real world. So yeah, by the thumbnail, I was hoping for a nice sunset flight, but it looked like we're pretty socked in for the most part here, so that might be about it there. But yeah, let's see. It's been a it's been 8 months since I last streamed, so I'm gonna be really rusty on my commentary. Um, Speaking of which, I'd better make sure that my audio is working fine. Excellent, it is. Very cool. Wouldn't be a Pop-Tart stream without something going wrong. Alright, so, yeah, let's hop right in here. So yeah, as I said, we got the Pyreegue Edinburgh V2 scenery here. It's a little bit heavy on the frame, so this might not be the prettiest heading out of here, but, well, it will be the prettiest. It's so good looking, but it might not be the best performance, I should say. In Heathrow will be the iniBuilds Heathrow scenery. What else to mention along the way? Not much, I don't think. Yeah, I've loved the A319 for so long. I am so glad to finally have the Fenix A319. I still love the towless deep in my heart. It was the very first add-on I ever got for any simulator, paid add-on that is, and it was so much fun to learn to fly in, but this, man, I'm never looking back. It's just real. So, yeah, I've done one flight in the 319 already, and so this is my second flight ever in the Fenix A319, I should say. So, yeah, we are loaded up here at gate 8, again, as I said, about a 6 p.m. departure, well, 5:30-ish, as per the real world. It's mostly A320s on this real world flight, so I'm using one from a couple days ago, August 17th, actually. It's about 5 days ago. That was the last time a 319 flew this route, so that's what I'm using as reference here. We're loaded up at stand 8, which has no jetway here, so it's just going to be straight out loading from that door down there on the marked pathway to the stairs when that connects up later. I don't know, should I do a scenery tour? I'm not really the best at these. Let me see what I can do with the drone cam. Yep, there's the parking lot. I'm not sure what the level of interior is. I know it's something special, but oh yeah. God, that's nice. I think the intermediate region is, yeah, it's just empty there, but have a look at that. Got the Fever Tree Bar. Ooh. That's a cool little sculpture around there. What else is going on here? Café Nero? Pret à manger? More bars. There's gate 6 down at the end. Sorry, this is probably very nauseating camera work. I'm not the best with the drone cam. God, look at those lights, though! The reflection on the ground. Yeah, Pyreegue is some of the best. His work is amazing. And my camera work is not amazing. Whoa! Yep, there we go. Anyways, back to work. Let me pull up here. Where am I? Stand 8, 9? Huh. Interesting. Well, it says stand 8 on the scenery. And yeah, 8 on the outside. I don't know what's up with that. I won't read into it too much. Now I'm curious. I don't know. Anyways, let me pop into the flight deck and get to work. Alright, so On the tablet here, I'll get the flight imported. And let's see. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, so I usually put this about to just about 30 minutes ahead to prepare for, or just to give enough spacing for loading, so minus 27, I'll make it a plus 10, there we go. Anyways, alright, let's get loading with GSX integration here. Alright, so first things first, up top here, let's get the batteries on, and I'm frozen, there we go. Come on. Alright, battery 1 and 2. And connect the external power. Get the strobes to auto, nav lights on. Crank up the brightness here. And I think the McDoos are already at max brightness, yeah, on the way it's configured here. No standby brightness to get the right side displays. And the backlighting. Whoa.
Passenger's bus is coming.
There we go, and the overhead lighting. And I'll pop on the dome light, I suppose, since we're a little bit darker here. Where is it? There it is. Excellent. Alright, let's get the IRSs aligning. Nav, nav, and nav. Status up on the... I don't even know what that's called. The... I used to know it at some point. Anyways, the display box, that one. Ground control on, oxygen on, no smoking, arm the emergency exit lights. And I'll leave everything else for now. Alright. Ooh, I have to restart FS Realistic as well. Forgot to do that in the restart for the stream. There we go. Alright, excellent. That's all configured. Oh, and because I only flew the 319 with the CFM engines last time, I did a Delta flight for my first one, I have none of my custom camera views set up, do I? Yeah, because it doesn't carry over from the cross-engine variants. It's slightly annoying. I'll have to set those up real quick here. I should have remembered that during the stream startup, but ah well. Professional live streamer. Speaking of professional live streamer, should probably check what the audio balance is doing on the microphone here. Is it audible above the fan noise and everything in there? It seems like it from Streamlabs, but I'm not the best at reading those volume readouts. Anyways, I'm just gonna grab some wing views here before I forget entirely. I kind of like to stagger mine, so I have, so I use the three keypads down the right side, or the left and right sides for the wing views. It's kind of like a top-down view of the aircraft, just as a kind of fun little reference here. So I then get, so keypad 6 is that one down the engine. Ooh, I'm clipping into the wall a little bit there. There we go. Or 9 is down the engine, I think I misspoke there. 6 is down the wing here on the right side, right in line with the flaps. And I'll grab 3 is somewhere right around here. Kind of a far back seat. On the left side, I'll get a little bit closer to the flaps, kind of like a midpoint. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room in the 319 because it's so short, but somewhere right around here maybe, as keypad 1. There's the passengers loading in. Very good. And then for 4, I kind of like to get it right down the slats in line with the wing root. Or the leading edge of the wing root, that is. Just this view right here gets some really nice engine sounds, especially from the IAE. The harmonics howl, and spool up and all that, and start up too.
Passenger's bus is coming.
And I'll get keypad 7 right about in line with there. Alright. Well, again, professional streamer, but well. Loading on this plane, because it's realistic times, still takes a while anyway, so we'd just be sitting with not much else to do otherwise. But, well. Alright, now that that's all set up, I can get the FMS programming here. So, we are flying from Edinburgh to London Heathrow. Oh. London Heathrow, there we go. Grab a wind data request. Ground temperature here is 11 Celsius. Nope. 11 Celsius, there we go. Wind data uplink, excellent. We have an alternate of... I've never seen that one before. Echo Bravo Oster Sierra. Now I'm curious, where's that? EBOS Airport. Austin Brutus, Belgium. Very cool. Alright, well that's the alternate there, and again, call sign is going to be Shuttle 9 Yankee. Cost index of 40, cruising at flight level 350.
Hello.
And that's it for the init A, so we'll get the route programming going now. So we're departing out here, runway 24 on the Gosm 1 Charlie. No transition.
Good afternoon.
From Gosm, Papa 600 Airway to Fenix. Well, that's appropriate for the Fenix A319 launch. Airway Lima 612 to Elbus.
Welcome on board.
Upper Lima 612 to Lakey. Then from there, direct to Nugra, and that should be straight into the arrival here. There we go. So with that, that'll be Nugra 1 Hotel for ILS 27 right. They're landing 27 right in real life. I just checked on Flight Radar. There's the 1 Hotel. And I believe that drops us at Bovingdon. Yes, that'll be the Bovingdon transition there. Alright, let's have a look at that flight plan, make sure everything's joining up correctly. Excellent. There we are. And get back to ARC and constraints here. How are we doing on loading? Passengers are all loaded, so now they're fueled as well, so now bags are just loading, that'll be the last of it. Alright, fueled, I'll get the seatbelt signs on. Jay! Hello! Welcome to the chat box. I'm gonna cause some slight audio chaos here and make sure that my microphone is visible or audible above the cockpit fans here. I'm gonna cause some slight audio chaos here and make sure that my... Okay, it sounds like it is. Like I said, professional streamer. Alright, how's that going? Oh, almost loaded up already. I don't have to twiddle my thumbs for too long figuring out what time to fill. Actually, maybe I do, because, oh no, we're 2 minutes to a line. Excellent. Alright, let's run the safety checks. Engine 1 fire. Swib discharge. APU fire. And engine 2 fire. CVR test. And cargo smoke, forward aft discharge. And takeoff config check. Slats, flaps, excellent. Last thing to do is a lights test. Everything's looking fine because it's a simulator, nothing ever fails. Actually, I don't know if Fenix simulates light bulb failures. I don't think they do. I have all my failures turned off anyways because I just want to fly, man. I don't want to be bothered. I'm too busy in real life to deal with any of that. Anyways, alright. Safety checks all complete. Let's get the APU on, fuel pumps on. While we're waiting for the slow door to open, I'm going to grab the weather here. Got winds 220 at 4 knots, nice and calm. Temperature 12 degrees, as it is. Yep, QNH 0995. That's quite a difference from standard. Yeah, 400-foot elevation, or 300-foot elevation difference. Ooh. Alright, flap open. Let's give that a punch. Squawk 2024 for good luck. And I think I have 3,500 hours on flight sim, and I still haven't quite figured out the proper procedures for transponder in Europe. I know in the US they just throw it straight away to on TARA and all that. I think the equivalent in Europe, where they don't have mode Charlie on the ground or whatever, would be to just have it on and then standby there. I still have to research it. I really haven't been bothered. I'll just do that for now. Anyways, lastly, let's brief the departure here. So, I'll pull up the chart here for the Gosm 1 Charlie, which is here. There we are. So it's going to be... Let's see, is that straight out runway heading? Yeah, climb straight ahead to the Edinburgh NDB here, it looks like. 2,300 above, 6,000 or below. 6,000 or below all throughout. Slight right turn 262 to 9.5 D. What's India Tango Hotel? Ah, that's the localizer there. Interesting. So 9.5 DME there is going to be 4,500 or above, and then 14 DME at 6,000. But as per real life, I don't believe they necessarily follow these restrictions. They'll be cleared to climb through by air traffic control, so assume that anyways. But initial climb clear at 6,000, regardless. And then it'll be straight on ahead to Navix intersection, then left around to Gosm. Very cool. Alright, transition altitude 6,000, don't think there's anything else I have to worry about there. And I'll get that off of the screen. Alright, so, get that configured here. Initial climb clearance 6,000, and nav departure. Excellent. Oh, I forgot to set the altimeter on the standby here, 0995. And get the standby horizon going. There we go. And we are all loaded. Seatbelt sign is indeed on. Alright, APU is available. Get the APU bleed on, external power out. And lastly, we can get started on the performance. GPS primary, IRS is aligned. Excellent. Pull up the load sheet over here, and we can get the init B filled out. So we have zero fuel weight of 53.9 tons. CG 33.7%. And block fuel 5.6 tons. Very good. On the performance calculator, words, professional commentary. On the performance calculator over here, grab the final load sheet. I'll do a PATS on departure. I think Nat on the Aeroteam server just recently told me that most European operators do PATS off departures, which is interesting to save fuel, engine, performance, all that. But I don't know if I'll bother with that. I should research that though. That's pretty cool. Anyways, we'll grab the live weather there and calculate that. Yeah, flight config optimum. Okay, oops, where am I? There we go. Alright, so that's going to be V-speeds 133, 133, 137. So, V1, 133. Rotating 133. And V2, 137. Transition altitude 6,000. I'll pull up the Noise abatement procedures here. Let's see if we have anything for Edinburgh. Yes, we do. NDP2, 1140 and 1140. Oops. 40. There we go. And engine out acceleration is going to be... interesting. They have different ones for each runway. Runway 24 is going to be 2,100 feet. Very good. Alright. What's it want us to do here? This is going to be a flaps 1, trim down 0.1. Down 0.1, and flex temp 80 degrees. That's a significant D-rate, wow. Even on a... what's this? It's like a, what, 6,000, 7,000 foot? No, 8,000 foot runway in Edinburgh here. That's pretty decent, actually, yeah. I guess that must still be a lot for a 319. Very cool. Well, we won't hear the engines entirely scream, but as it is a 319, we'll be closer, so it'll still be pretty loud. I think that's about all we have to worry about. I'm just going to take one last gander here at the air side, because this is just so cool. Look at the level of detail. This thing is nuts! Nuts! God, that's awesome. Alright, that should be on my way. Let's call for a pushback. Oops, I have to pull up the GSX menu here. Come on, prepare for pushback. Alright. Get the beacon light on. APU bleed is on. And pull up the flight plan on the right box. Get the door closed and locked.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Oops, locked. There we go. And I'll need to get the chocks removed as well. There we go. Now we're ready to roll. I'm gonna grab a sip of water here real quick while I wait for the slow pushback tug to connect.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Alright, there we go.
Locking gear.
Oh, there's the sun peeking out. Push through a tiny gap in the clouds. God, what a nice glow. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this in the scenery walk around, but look over there. That's the drainage system running for the what the hell is that fire truck doing? Dear God. Somebody needs to go back to school. Anyways, that's the wow, that's a bouncy one. Alright, you good now, buddy? Very good. Oh, alright, I should get this pushback going here before... GSX is so weird. For some reason, if I don't specify the pushback direction, like, immediately, and it closes out after its 15-second window, it crashes. Like, hard crashes, and it just stops working forever, and I lose the pushback and everything else entirely. It is so freaking annoying. It's happened so many times. Alright, so let's push back this way. Am I a fool? Hang on, I forgot to check which way. Yeah, okay, that's the right way to runway 24. Alright, yeah, we'll push back, yep, facing east on Foxtrot. Excellent.
Release marking
So yeah, as I
brakes.
was saying before the truck flipped over, that Archimedes screw right there is the drainage system pulling water up from down below into the drainage ditch
marking
below.
brakes.
It's animated, it's so cool! Alright. What was... Oh, that's a cartoon drawing on the
Release
wall.
marking brakes.
Alright. Now I'm getting to work. Alright, parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright. Start selector to start. There's numbers, let's start number 2. For this one, I'm gonna get a nice wing view back here to listen to the glorious IAE engine sounds. I'm gonna shut up here for a little while and let you hear this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features aboard our Airbus A319. Thank you.
God, I really hope that went through the stream audio.
Brace position.
What a glorious hum.
Set parking brakes.
Alright, parking brakes
Waiting
set.
your confirmation for good engine start.
And there's a veil. Good start on number 2. Starting number 1. I'll do this one properly from the flight deck this time. And 2. Come on. The IEs like to idle at 25% for a while they cool down. There's fuel flow, and EGT is rising. N1. Excellent. Oil pressure. There's the generator kicking in, and the veil, starter cut out, good start on number 1. Let's get that tug dismissed.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
After start,
Unlocking gear.
APU bleed off, APU off, start switch to norm, and reset the rudder trim.
Armrests down.
Flaps 1 for departure.
Windows open and seatbelt fastened. Further information regarding your safety on board can be found in the in-flight magazine.
Oh yeah.
Great flight.
Alright, and let's do the flight controls. Alright, back, forward, left, right, left rudder, and right rudder. Flight controls free and correct. I was trimmed down 0.1 degrees, there we go. And just have a look at that from the back.
Tow truck disconnected.
There we go.
Bypass pin removed.
Alright, while I'm waiting for the tug to
Left is clear.
clear
Right
the
is
ramp
clear.
here, let's have a look at the taxi here. So we're taxiing to runway 24, we're at Foxtrot facing east, just pushed back right there. So we're going to take a left on Foxtrot 1 to join right Alpha, and all the way down to the end, hold short runway 24 at Delta. Alright. Likely, there's the bypass pin. Very good. Now scram before I run you over. Goodbye. You going? Take your time, buddy. There you go. Alright. Let's roll. Nose light on. Parking brake released. And cabin secure already. I'm curious to see how much this thing rolls with the IAE engines, because with the higher idling N1 on the I think it's a higher idling N1. Anyways, higher idling something or other on the IAEs, they're much more powerful at ground idle than the CFM engines. I've only flown the 319 CFM with the Fenix so far, so yeah, this is even more powerful. We're just picking up speed here. There's that drainage system. We'll take that right here on Alpha 1 to, or not Alpha 1, Foxtrot 1 to join into Alpha. This thing just taxis so nicely. So wonderful compared to the PMDG 737 that just skids the nose wheel like nothing if you go more than like a 15-degree turn. Ugh. Man, I can't get over how awesome that texturing is. The version 1 a couple years ago was already amazing, but this is just nuts. Look at that, it's just real. It's just real. Hey, we got a rainbow over there. Oh, that's so cool. It's a full-on half-arc right there. Alright, get back down the center line. Alright, takeoff checklist. Let's get the auto brakes maximum on the spoilers. Predictive wind shear on, and takeoff config checked. Excellent. Oliver! Hello! Welcome to... Alright, I'll pull it down to about 10 knots or so for this turn here. Unfortunately, with the west departure, as it pretty much always is in Edinburgh here, we won't get a nice view of the city, especially with the last world update that just came out. Edinburgh is just beautiful now. But, alas, we shall have to see it another day. Alright, let's say clear for takeoff, 2-4, Shuttle 9 Yankee. Landing lights on, strobes on, nose lights taxi, wing lights, and... Ooh, get the transponder on. Start the clock. Do a rolling takeoff here. 50%. Stable. Toga. Manflex 80 SRS runway auto thrust blue. Airspeed is live, takeoff power set. God, listen to those engines. Woo! What a wonderful sound. "100 knots. I don't think a single word of what I'm saying is going to be audible right now. I'm going to have to change the Streamlabs audio later. Alright, V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Oh yeah. This thing's flight model is just perfection. It flies just beautifully. All of the issues from the old Fenix V1 launch a couple years ago are just gone. It's just perfect. There's that sun come out to say hi now. Clouds have parted. There's our acceleration altitude. Thrust climb, climb. Alright, how's the audio working on the stream here? I can't even hear myself over the engines. I think I'm gonna have to turn down the... Let's see, I'm at minus 15 decibels right now. I'll go, let's see, minus 17 on the desktop audio. Alright, oh, above the S-speed, get the slats up here. Gorgeous. Alright, there's coming up on 250. Our slight right is in a moment here. There we go. And I'll pull up to, let's say, flight level 220, open climb. Ooh, and our right turn on the outbound here. There we go. Well, this is pretty much a nice straight-ahead departure, so I'll just get the autopilot on there. Well, very good. Almost 6,000. There we go. Set standard. All three. It's a tiny little knob here to get sometimes. 1013. There we go. Oliver, if you are still here, can I recruit you to tell me how the stream audio is sounding? I don't know if the microphone's too quiet. Oh, after takeoff, get the nose lights off. gear up, no lights. Speed brakes disarmed, PWS is on. I don't know how the weather radar is working. I might try that through the clouds here, but I think Microsoft Flight Sim is... Ah, okay, excellent. Thank you, Oliver. Very good. So yeah, I'll just say weather radar not required, and... yeah. Alright, above the altitude restrictions here, I think we can go back into managed climb. Yes, and above the restrictions there, that'll work just fine. 10,000 feet. Get the landing lights off, wing lights, seatbelt signs off. Oh yeah, the other part of the after takeoff checklist I was going to get to before I got distracted with the weather radar. What's our temperature looking like? Anti-ice. -3 on the saturated, but I think with the +12 true air temperature, we're still good. And above the clouds anyways here. There's one last cloud layer to pass through, but I think we'll still be good. I'll just keep an eye on the temperature there. Might need to get engine anti-ice on. What a beautiful view. Hey, there's wind farms down there. That's a huge wind farm, actually. Very cool. Alright, our left turn southbound will be coming up in about 10 miles here. We're pretty much going to be straight over Glasgow, actually, by the time we, yeah, that's just off to the right here a little bit. Interesting departure pattern. I guess they try to dodge you west to get around the northbound arrivals on the Tala VOR. But, or the Tala arrival to the Tala VLR. I'll pull up what I'm yammering about here. This bit right here, it gets you way out to the west here, as I showed on the departure plate earlier, to then head southbound on this section. But, yeah. Huh. And all of the arrivals up to the north here into Edinburgh would be coming into Tala here, which I believe is kind of this pattern-ish into that arrival there. But yeah. Are there any good 747 add-ons coming? God, I wish. The PMDG is working on their 747, and that could still be several years out. It's just the 400, though. The 8 will be... I think they're doing an 8, but that's going to be coming even well afterwards. Just Flight is working on a 747-200 last I heard. It's been years since the last update on that one, but that's also pretty exciting. I love the 7.4 classics. But yeah, I'm so excited for the PMDG 747, which is unfortunate because it's going to be so many years out and I'm going to be old and decrepit by then. But, oh well. There's that southbound arc. That's a really cool cloud layer with that yellow glow from the approaching sunset. Well, kind of approaching it, still a good couple hours from the horizon. I would commit so much arson for a 747 SP. God, I love the 747 SP. This is such a base take, Oliver. But unfortunately, it was never meant to be. Alright, coming up on 220 almost, a little ways out here. I'll just scroll up to cruise altitude. What we got here, flight level 350. Get that set in there. And... yep, set standard, everything else is pretty much taken care of. Well, not a whole lot left to do. It's about an hour flight time in total, all the way down. Let's see what it's saying for top of descent. Top of descent is going to be 1735 UTC. We're at 08. Oh, so it's a pretty quick turnaround, actually. It's about 25 minutes or so. Still a little bit of uncomfortable time for me to fill with my yammering, but... oh well. Zoom out a little bit here to get that more in view. Yeah, alright. What about the last restriction? I can pull out the constraints. Well, seems like it's a typical live stream on the gaming channel. We have one viewer on Twitch. That one viewer is me, so I have it pulled up on the standby. And 2 viewers on YouTube, that being myself and Oliver. So, not much live stressful at least. Should probably find something to fill the time with, just in case it gets picked up by the algorithm like that. The very first stream I did with just god-awful uninteresting commentary that somehow got almost 2,000 views. That was stressful. But, oh, anyways. Well, yeah, I don't know, I got nothing. Hop on Fortnite, so true. I probably should do another flying and building stream like I did last year with the South African A340, building the Learjet. That was pretty fun, and it was a very good excuse to fill up the cruise time with some actual work. Yeah, what else? So, yeah, I've been meaning to, since forever, do like a replay mod time-lapse of a Fokker 28. I need to flesh out the retro fleet a little bit more. I started with the BAC 111 last year. It didn't go well. The dimensions are kind of all screwed up. It was like a slab too low or something, if memory serves, so it's just useless. I have a DC-6 I started that I never bothered to finish. I need to finish that at some point. I did the DC-8. I loved it, and I hated the engines, and I just put it in timeout forever because I did the, I don't even remember now, the whatever engines for the first -10 variant or whatever it is. One way to make the streaming more engaging for the algorithm is to crash the plane. So true, Oliver. So true. Oh, 3 watching it now. Yeah, we gained a viewer. Now that's more stress on my part to be entertaining. Well, yeah, just yesterday I finally finished up recording the next, or not recording, editing the next tutorial for the main channel. It's a pretty big one. Oliver already knows because I've been yammering about it in the Aeroteam content. But, you shall see in, what's today? Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday. It's summer, all the days blend together. 2 days. Saturday upload slot. It should be ready by then, hopefully. I'm still working on the final checks for it, but yeah, it's 2 hours runtime. I started recording it back in April, so it's been a 4-month turnaround. It's been a busy summer. I haven't had the time to get to it. But, yeah, once that is done, I need to find some smaller content to work on for the main channel. I'm thinking of doing a Learjet 24? I think it's 24. Learjet 24 and 25. No, the 25 was the stretch. Maybe I'll do that one too. Anyways, Learjet 24 expansion for the 23 tutorial I did last year. It's literally like just 2 differences on the exterior, but it might be a fun little 60-minute, dear God, 60-second video. just to fill up an upload slot and get some stuff backlogged. That was something we really struggled with this year because a couple of years ago we had like literally 2 or 3 times weekly upload schedule, but since we're all so busy these days, just getting the stuff to fill up the upload slots is so much work. Because again, this is the one project I've been working on for 4 months since last April. It isn't even anything too huge. I mean, it's still a 2-hour runtime, but it's not as big as some of the other stuff. It's certainly not as involved as the 767-400 tutorial, but it's still just taken so long to work on. It's yeah, so I'll try to. Only got a couple of weeks left of summer here. It's already towards the tail end of it, but I need to get some more small tutorials, small tutorials fleshed out for that. I have some citation jets I could tutorial tidy up. I'm still really not happy with my citation jet nose. But yeah, in the offhand, this gets picked up by this video gets picked up by the flight simulation algorithm. It probably won't, but everybody will probably have no idea what I'm saying because I haven't really mentioned it yet. At the Aeroteam, we build Minecraft planes. That's our main channel at Aeroteam. It should be linked in the... Yeah, it is linked in the description. Excellent. So if you want to build some Minecraft planes, check out our main channel. Yeah. Oliver, I can't quite see what that... I hate the YouTube chat. Screw the SP, I want something or bust. The stupid emoji icon on the bottom right corner is blocking off that message and I can't scroll past it. I love YouTube so much, and I wasn't paying enough attention to catch it on the chat box when it came up. VC25, aha. I may be stupid. What's the... I'm gonna look that up real quick, like an absolute fool. Yeah! Okay, so, yeah, of course, that's the VC25, I'm stupid. But, yeah, so the Fearless 747-200 for X-Plane, there is a VC25 mod for that one, and that's pretty awesome. I've never flown it, but, yeah, I mean, it wasn't too in-depth because there's no interior simulation or whatever, but Fearless VC25, let me look it up here. I think it did all the external antenna differences. There's the pre-existing CF680 engine mod for it. Yeah, yes, it did have all the custom antenna modeling. Yeah, that one's really cool. Can you do in-air refueling? How do you mean? Like, from the tanker flight deck or from a fighter jet? I think there was a mod that came out for refueling from the like a fighter jet flight deck, but yeah. The old INI A310 for Microsoft Flight Sim, not Microsoft, for X-Plane 11 had an MRTT refueler where you could deploy air refueling from the A310. That was so awesome. I never purchased the A310, and then they abandoned it for Microsoft Flight Sim, and it was so sad. And then because that Microsoft Flight Sim one was picked up by Microsoft for the default base sim, it's great for free, but it's also kind of sad because it means that it's extremely limited and won't get to the full potential. So there's no Pratt & Whitney engines, there's no freighter or all of the other variants that the X-Plane version had, and that's just disappeared, gone forever. I think Avionics Update 3 that's coming out later this year is supposed to cover the A310 as well. I'm really hoping they get the Pratt engines, because, like, they have the model and all the flight model and everything from the A300 that they developed. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it works so well. It's just a matter of whether Microsoft commissions them to put them back into the 310. I could only dream. VC-25 can receive fuel from tanker. I never knew that. I thought it was just the Doomsday plane that would. But I knew about the Doomsday plane refueling course, but I didn't know the VC-25 could. Huh. Wild. Oh, we got a new follower. That's Twitch, right? Yes, it is. Very cool. We're up to 36 followers on Twitch. Yeah, so if anyone is new to the stream, just in case, I don't mean to sound too full of myself or whatever, because it's only 3 viewers right now, but yeah, just in case it does get embarrassingly picked up by the algorithm later on, we are dual restreaming on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So Twitch doesn't save the stream recordings, but all past streams will be on our YouTube channel, and all of our live streams will be at the time on Twitch as well, if you would like to follow there to catch them as they happen. You can see the little bump on the nose that the boom goes into. Oh! I always thought that was a radio antenna for, whatever funky big boy president technology they need for, like, air defense or whatever. Interesting. Huh. I see. Or those like, attachment guide points around it, or... I can't quite see them. Anyways, interesting. Oh, I see. There's a view of it connected. Oh, that's so cool! Oh! So the top, is a retractable fairing. And that pulls to the side and exposes the, boom inlet. I see, I see. Okay, so that's why it, doesn't look like a refueling from the outside, because it's closed up in standard operation. Alright, how far are we out now? Still about 100 miles from top of descent. Equal time points coming up. Not too much of a view outside at all, just a little crack here and there through the clouds, but standard day of weather in England. Oh, there's a bit of the coastline. Where's that around? Is that? Oh, that's the little inlet north of Blackpool, it looks like. Yeah, very cool. Alright. Or the bay north of... Yeah. Gonna be sick when it finally retires and goes to the museum. Yeah. The, Evergreen Museum in, McMinnville, Oregon has, I forget the identifier, but it's they have the DC-9 Air Force One. That's okay. That's the VC-9C. Interesting. Yeah, that one's a beauty. It's so cool. Speaking of retro aircraft as well, one aircraft I would commit unspeakable crimes for is a VC-10. There was Just Flight had a VC-10 in the works for X-Plane for many years, and many years ago it was cancelled outright and just disappeared. It was desperately sad. I'm really hoping they can pick it up back up again for the Microsoft Flight Sim market, because the work they've been doing with their new retro aircraft is just out of this freaking world. But the VC-10 is so cool. I yearned for it so much, and it was not meant to be. Isn't that a water park? Yeah, they have a water park there. It's a, that's the one that comes out of the old Evergreen Aviation 747. I think it's a 100 they have up top. They have a 100 and the 200 there. I can never remember which it is. Let's see. That is a 100 on the roof of the water park. So I think they have a 200 out front. I can't find a picture of that one, but yeah. There it is. Yeah, that's a 200. That one has lost all of its engines, though. But the 100 on the roof is still intact. There's a 200 up in the Seattle museum as well, the Museum of Flight. That was a... No, it's a 100, I'm stupid. But yeah, that one's all intact. That one I did get to walk around a couple of years ago. That was just so cool, seeing those huge JT9Ds. Well, huge in comparison to people. They're tiny compared to the 748's G90? Am I stupid? Hang on a second. I'm blanking on the 7478 engine. GNX, yeah, I am stupid. G90, god, that's the 777. Yeah, I'm tired. $60 miles to top of descent. Delta Museum in Atlanta. Ooh, I didn't know they had a Delta Museum in Atlanta. They have a DC. Oh, they have an old 7.6 there in the widget livery. Is that a 200? It is a 200. They have a 744, 7.5. Oh, that's so cool. They have a preserved L1011 nose. Whoa. Okay, I need to find an excuse to get to Atlanta someday. That's gonna be expensive. They have a DC-6 out front? Whoa! I wonder if they have a old, like a 732 or something. Let me see if they have a manifest. Here it is. Yeah, forward fuselage, the L1011. Oh, they have a Convair 880 cockpit. DC-9 tail section. That's only part of the DC-9. Very sad. 737 flight simulator. Oh. Oh, very cool. Huh. Yeah. Alright, there's within 60 miles. I'll get the arrival weather filled out here. So, let's go destination data and approach. Here we are. Alright, weather, we got winds from 220 at 15 knots. That's a little bit stiff winds there. It's a nearly straight head... Oh, not nearly straight, actually, because we're on the runways 27. I should have a look at the crosswind calculator later for that. Oh, it's a 737-200 simulator. Okay, I'm... Now they're just pulling all my strings. Okay, I'm gonna need to try that out someday. Someday. Oh, goodness. I really want to fly the... Okay, so in more sim aircraft ramble. FlyJSim has been working on their 737-200 for X-Plane 12 since X-Plane 12 came out 2 years ago. They had previews of it ages ago. They're still working on it. It's I get that it's a lot of work and that the market's kind of failing, but it still makes me very sad that we have no good 737-200 for the modern sims. There's the rumor that Fenix is working on a 737-400, which would be exciting. Because that first preview that was like within the first year of Microsoft Flight Sim's announcement on release on Reddit, there was some... God, that was just beautiful, beautiful texturing on that aircraft. It was just real. They knocked it out of the frickin' park, and then they disappeared forever. And now the developer who did that works for Fenix now. So, I am excited, and also possibly quite delusional, but... I can only dream. I love the 7.3 classics. There's the IXEG 737-300 for X-Plane 12, but I don't know, man. X-Plane 12's kind of on the iffy bit of the... It just doesn't hold up as graphically, and there's not as many add-ons for it. And what was it, $90? What's the IXEG running these days? IXEG 737. $85. Yeah, that's just a bit much to stomach for any aircraft. Because the Microsoft Flight Sim market has just really spoiled me, where there's so much demand that the price can be so much lower than it was for X-Plane for anything. Like the Tolus was... I paid like $90 a pop for the A319 and A321, plus another $80 for the 340 when it was on sale, and the Fenix here was $50 and $50 even for all three variants of the A320, so $100 in total. Crazy how much of a difference that market makes. But yeah, I was in the middle of the weather information here when I distracted myself, wasn't I? Yeah, we got the winds. And with the crosswind, I'll have to pay attention to later on. That's what derailed me. Alright, temperature 19 degrees Celsius, and altimeter 1004. That's a solid 10 hectopascals above Edinburgh. Quite a difference. About 30 miles to top of descent here. Zoom right in a little bit more. Let's brief the arrival. I'll pull up the chart here. So I'm still assuming the Bigger One Hotel. Let me check and make sure they haven't switched runways on me. Actually, no, they wouldn't have. 220 is still close enough to 270 that it would be still west traffic. Let's see what they're doing. And they're still landing on the north runway, 27 right. Very good. There's a 777-200 about to take off. It's late enough at night now, it looks like that they're just using the north runway for consolidated operations, so they have takeoffs and landings running on that one. Alright, so back to the arrival chart here. So coming in on Nudra, it's going to be Tobit here at flight level 200. Oh dear, excuse me. That's restrictions Sopit at flight level 150. Then Westcott, max 220 knots. This is going to be the fun part of the arrival here in Heathrow. It's pretty much always such a steep arrival in real life. I think the 319 should be able to handle it pretty much without any issues, but when I flew into Heathrow myself in real life a couple of years ago in an A321, and they literally rode the speed brakes the entire way down, all the way at maximum, and it It was a bumpy ride. Of course, I don't know how much they were having to decelerate or what, but yeah, it's... In the simulator, I have shared that experience with trying to get in and just having to ride the speed brakes all the way down. Because with that steep bit coupled with the extreme deceleration down to 220 knots there, it can be a bit much to handle sometimes. Anyways, Westcott VOR, or... Is that an NDB? Oh, interesting. I got thrown off because... Oh yeah, it is an NDB. That's interesting. I'm not really used to seeing 3-letter NDB identifiers. Maybe I'm a fool. But yeah, that's an NDB symbology there. So Westcott NDB and 335 instead of the VOR frequency. So, anyways, bottom line, Westcott not VOR, NDB! NDB! Westcott NDB, max to 20 knots there, and then straight ahead to the Bovington. That one is a VOR. Flight level 70, max to 20 knots. Our transition altitude is going to be 6,000. And the Bovington transition here. Oops, I should pop this off here real quick and then get back to work in a second. So, on here, we've got, let's come up here within 5 miles, I'll tune it down, I'll push flight level 200. Alright. And still no view to speak of at all, it's pretty much flat overcast. There's a patch open on the right side there, some nice farmland visible there. Still not a whole lot visible through the atmospheric scattering. Those are some impressive cloud banks though, my goodness. Alright, I'll pull up the chart again. So, then from Bovington, it's going to be flight level 60, or 6,000 feet, then down here, max 180 knots at 92 DME Bovington. Then it'll be that tight turnaround to intercept the localizer path here. That's India Romeo Romeo for the ILS 27 right, 110.3. 10 DME, that is going to be at 3,000 feet, then 7.5 is 2,500. On the ILS here, 2,500 foot platform altitude, again, 7.5 DME. We'll be going for Cat 1 ILS, the minimums aren't going to be anything too crazy. The cloud cover, it's still pretty high clouds there. So yeah, MDA 278 feet, missed approach then is going to be straight ahead, 1580 feet, or, interesting little complex criteria there. So 1580 feet or 0 DME India Romeo Romeo, whichever is later. So both of those achieved. Right turn to 316, missed approach altitude 3000. Alright, very good. And let me check real quick in real life what our parking situation is. Okay, they parked on the north side of T5. So that's going to be... oops, I don't want this chart, I pulled up the wrong one. I want parking stands continued, which is Terminal 5A here. So let's see. Unfortunately, Flight Radar is still outdated for T5 here, and it doesn't have the exact stands or gates on the map, but it's, let's see, it's a slight squiggle off from that taxi line there, so I'm going to assume it's stand 502. I'll shoot for that. So we're going to be wanting to roll it pretty much all the way down to the end of the runway, as much as we can. Probably, I mean, it's the 319, so it won't be too much. We'll probably vacate maybe around Alpha 11 or so. Preferably Alpha 12, I guess. I don't know. Whenever we get to that, we just have one high-speed exit there at Alpha 10 Echo if we shoot for a longer run. Alpha 10 Whiskey is a tighter turn, so I'll want to make Alpha 11 instead. Then there'll be a left on, or not a left, a right on Alpha. Then... I'm not sure whether they take Alpha or Bravo for an inbound traffic pattern. I don't know. I'll just say Alpha. Well, let's see. You know what? I'm going to take Alpha down here, then a right or a left continuing on Alpha there to take link 56 into 502. I think that's what I'll plan to do. I don't have any air traffic control to tell me what to do, so that is all there is to that. I'll pop that out of the way now. Oh, there's some chats that I have missed. Aeroteam Atlanta pilgrimage. True, we must do it. The great Aeroteam meetup of Atlanta. To all sit in a 737-200 sim. It's London in time. Real. Seven approaches the goat. That is so true. It gives such a great view over the central city. Although I'm not sure if we'll be able to make much of it with the cloud cover here, but we'll see how low it pops out. Oops, I forgot to push down my altitude. Alright, I'll take that down to flight level 70 for Bovington there. Alright. Yeah, I was gonna have a look at the weather again here. Let's see what we have for cloud layers. Yeah, broken at, well, I'm not entirely fluent in ATIS cloud, or Netter cloud terminology, whatever, but broken 017, I think that's 1,700 feet, which is pretty freaking low. Although that might be broken 17,000. Because we're at 17,000, and here's that broken layer right here. I don't know. Anyways, I'll have to do more research on that at such time later. Never mind, I'm already curious. Metter cloud meaning. I don't know what to find with that. Three-letter cloud type identifier. Yeah, okay, so the 3-digit altitude at the base of these clouds in hundreds of feet above the airport. Yeah, so broken 017 is 1,700 then. Good to know. My friggin' Sim Toolkit Pro crashed out again. I hate when it does that. I'm gonna have to restart that real quick in the background. Yeah, 1,700. 17 feet, that's so true, Oliver. Clouds at 17 feet. London's just gone. It's been eaten. It's been consumed. The fog consumes. Yep, there's the speed brakes needed for that deceleration. I'm just going to pop full to make that, because yeah, we're already 500 above the path target. Once we're slowed down, though, it should be able to handle the cleanly, as less potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. I knew I took college for a reason. Or college physics, rather. Let's see. Almost there. I'll still leave the speed brakes out at full when we intercept that speed, though, because we needed to get down to, yeah, we're already way above the, oh, plus 1,200 feet. Yeah, that's what I was saying about the mass of the arrival. Man, with these extreme clouds here combined with London photogrammetry and ionized Heathrow, my frames are just going to be decimated on this approach. This might not be great, but we shall see what happens. Is that deviation coming back or not? 10 feet at a time, we're never getting there. Good lord, we're so cooked. Max speed brakes popped. Oh. I haven't gotten a good exterior view this whole time, have I? How beautiful. How simply beautiful. Oh, I'm a fool. I can also pop out at 220 knots here. I'll get the first stage of slats out. That should do it. There we go. That should help get a little bit of drag in. Yep, we're coming back nicely. And we got the intercept squirtle well before Bobbington. Excellent. In fact, I might make like maybe half speed brake or so to push that out a little bit farther and still make that restriction well. Come on, what do you mean speed brake's still out? Yes, I know it's still out. I need it to be still out so that I can intercept my path. You fool. Does it not like it out when the slat's out, or what? Well, no, I have it pop back out again here, and it's behaving just fine now. I don't know. Maybe it was just... didn't like it out for that long or something. Yeah, the intercept's still a little close to Bobbington. I'll make maybe 3/4. Although, actually, does, okay, yeah, it's still in effect. I couldn't remember if like half was the D10 maximum for flight spoilers, and then full was only for like ground spoilers, whatever. But it does indeed make it all the way to full in flight, in the 319 at least. All right, I'll pull up constraints again on the ND here. And get zoomed back in. Speed brake, yeah, I know. I'm trying to help you out, plane. You stupid plane. Alright, let's run the arrival performance. 2 right. I don't know what the ground conditions will be. I'll assume dry. Yeah, shut up. I know my speed brake's still out. Because you're still above the path, you fool. There we go, I'll just recycle that. Keep it out for a little bit longer to intercept the path, but just to clear that 7,000 restriction. Ooh, and I should as well get this down to 3,000 for the ILS intercept. Alright, back to this here. I'm gonna assume... Well, I got cloudy. I don't know what the rain situation is down there. Maybe I'll put in good for the braking. I mean, it's a 3,000, or the 319 on a 3,000 foot runway. 3,000... God, I can't speak. 319 on a 13,000 foot runway. We're going to be just fine. Anyways. Sim Toolkit Pro is still crashed out. Hold on. Just gonna have a look over here to make sure I don't miss anything important. Sim Toolkit Pro's been getting more and more unstable as time goes on. It starts crashing literally like every flight. It's very sad. I want to make the jump to Volanta, but at the same time, the interface of Sim Toolkit Pro when it works is so much cleaner and nicer for my preferences. But then it comes with the side effect of misbehaving every so often, which is not wonderful. But yeah. Alright, back to here. Now that I have Sim Toolkit Pro up again, I can check the landing weight. We got 57.1. I'll go auto brake slow, say idle, and there we go. Yeah, even on auto brake slow, that's still halfway stopping distance, so we are not rolling it all the way down to the end. In such case, let's see. So I'll probably have to shoot for Alpha 10 Echo, or maybe even Alpha 9 Echo here. Like so. And then I'll just take that red on Alpha and roll it in. Although, since I've got some time here while waiting for the approach clearance, I'm going to have a quick little peek at flight radar again. Yeah, okay, so they do use Alpha for inbound traffic from 27, right? Very good. So yeah, so they vacate to the left, of course, this is another way, and then they take Alpha all the way down instead of Bravo. So Bravo's then used for outbound traffic flow. And it's then Alpha, and Alpha there, and then Lima 56 in, or Link 56, I guess, as the London terminology goes. Well, it was 7,000 for a while here. It really had to dive to make that restriction, and now it's just kind of platformed here. Cloud surfing. What a beautiful view. Fix that camera view a little bit there. There we go. It's a bit high for... And I'm frozen. That's so cool. There we go. Alright. Oh, you beauty. Alright. One thing I am curious about, when's our 180 knot restriction? Okay, I'm going to use this time to roll back to 180 knots right here, just to be ahead of myself, so I'm not having to extreme decelerate right into the turn to final, while diving to intercept the glide slope, because that could be a mess. Select auto brakes low before I forget, and our MDA was again 278 feet. 278. And since we're in managed speed here, I will just pull in the approach speed, just to be ready for that when that happens. There's our descent beginning, and we can pop out flaps 2. To get a little bit more stream audio out of that there, now that we're not blasting engines on the takeoff. So hopefully that should be a little bit more balanced so things can actually be heard. This is seriously the best wing view in any simulator. Phoenix knocked it out of the frickin' park. The new window textures too aren't too shabby. Even further improvement across the A320 V2. God, that's beautiful. Alright, let's get to... what do we have here? Alright, there's 6,000. And we'll be coming up on that turn to final here. There we go. Oh, below 6,000 as well. I should set, not standard, local altimeter, 1004. There we go. 1004. And 1004. Excellent. Back in 10-mile range. Oh yeah, this is quite a steep deceleration here. I'm glad I wasn't trying to make a 180 with that. I need to pop speed brakes as it is. Getting down from 220 to 180 during that would have been a nightmare. Absolutely no view of London to speak of. We are completely socked in. That's unfortunate. Was hoping for a nice downtown sighting. The new photogrammetry with the new world update through there is pretty nice. There's our right turn around. I'm going to set 2500 for the ILS intercept just in case we don't quite make the glide slope at the 10 DME here. Approach speed is selected. Oh, and there we go. Pop the speed brakes back in. Now that we're holding 180. Let's grab the landing scales and coming up on the glide slope here. This is a weird squiggle to the turn it made here. Oh well, it's still making it, looks like. Hopefully. It looks like it should be a much cleaner turn on the approach plate, but I don't know how the real A320 handles it. Oh yeah, because the, Well, actually, no, we're too busy. I had something to yammer about, but I will not do so because I need to concentrate here, so I don't mess up the approach. Maybe I'll mention it when we're on the ground and taxiing on Alpha. There's the river! Oh yeah! A beautiful pop out of the clouds there. Nice sunlight light sifting through. So London City is behind us, so we missed that. That's another pretty nice view, but oh well. And straight ahead on the localizer. Let's grab approach. Lights up star, localizer captured. Let's go speed 160. Gear down. Flaps 3. Oh yeah. Alright, I'll hold 160 for a little bit here. Maybe just after 2000 I'll set approach speed. Oh, I'm a fool. I never set landing lights at 10,000. Landing lights on, wing lights on, seatbelt signs. Bing bong, there we go. Professional streamer. Full PFD brightness is crazy? What do you mean? Full PFD brightness is fun. Look how awesome that looks. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna arm the speed brakes here. I don't know, maybe it's not entirely realistic, but I'm... Okay, it's an interesting bias, for me at least, because from X-Plane, when I began sitting on X-Plane, I set approach speed and flaps full here. Yeah, because I'm used to starting sitting on X-Plane, where all of every single display ever was just so weak. It was just a flat paper texture that had, like, minimal brightness at all. It just did not feel like a display. So, I don't know, in Microsoft Flight Sim, I have so much more fun with, like, brightness is cranked up to max, where I can just feel the light and the glow of the everything. I can still make out the symbology just fine with the, even the added glare from that in this darkness. Maybe for a night approach I'd try cranking it down a little bit. I don't know. I'm here to appreciate the beauty of the simulator. FPA. Now let's see if I can make this kind of a nice approach, or if I'm going to do a traditional Pop-Tart landing. I will say, I've been having so much fun in the new Fenix, the 319-321 flight model. Oh, I'm a little bit low already there. It's just, it's so smooth. After V2 Block 2 of the A320, there was just a little bit of input lag that made it just feel so clunky, on approach especially. But then they fixed that. They've actually fixed it. It's just gone. And that carried over to the 320 as well, so... Oh, so much fun. Alright, I have to get back on the center line here, and now I'm high. That's so cool. I was waffling too much. Alright, there's the center line. Roll it out a little bit, and... Nope, too much. Come on, give me my 2 reds. There's 2 reds. Awesome. Continue.
100.
80 knots, reverses out. And manual braking, I'll take the next high speed here. Yeah, I think that's Alpha 10 Echo we're making. God, that was so much better than the last time I flew the 320 on stream. That landing in Munich a year ago. I still remember how stiff that was. Oh dear, what just happened to the tower there? Heathrow Tower has been eaten. There it goes. That's so cool. Okay. And here's Alpha. I'll take to the right. I am a fool! I never started up AIG traffic! Heathrow is empty. Oh no! Oh, that's so unfortunate. I restarted the sim from like right before the stream, and stream lagged and your landing didn't show. You've got to be freaking kidding me! I've been highway robbed. That's so annoying. No! Oh, you'll have to take my word for it that it was kind of nice. Oh dear. That's so unfortunate. Well, yeah, as I was saying, I restarted the sim to apply some package updates, but well, maybe an hour before starting or so, and I forgot that AIG auto-closes when the sim closes, and I forgot to restart AIG for this, so the beautiful Heathrow land of wide bodies is an empty graveyard. Disappointment. Alright, well now that I've waffled about that, let's get landing lights off, wing lights, strobe lights off, and slow down the taxi a little bit here. And let me get the flap speed brakes up. Literally the only moment that the stream lagged. That is so funny. That's really just comedic. Oh, I should have been recording it. Oh well. YouTube moment. I'll have to check Twitch replay and see if that lagged as well, or if it was on my Streamlabs side. It was probably on my end, so that'll be broken too, but worth a shot. Oh, unfortunate. Alright, where am I? That's link 60. Alright, so we're going to be taking the... not the next one there, that's 58, but the one afterwards. Let's get the APU going. And stop the clock. There's link 58, and here's the left on Alpha. It's such a weird symbology that or terminology that they have here at Heathrow, where Alpha continues through a non-obvious T-curve, or T-intersection curve there. Because if you continue straight ahead, it's link 57, Alpha stops and it turns there, but... oh well, oops, this is link 56 that I want. Alright, ooh, there we go. APU flap open, let's get that started. And, ooh, I never set my parking in GSX. This is going to take ages to stroll through the frickin' everything here. I hate GSX. We want 502. I scrolled past it. 502, there we go. No, follow me. Very good. APU is coming up. Forgot to set that back to standard, and here's 502. Let's get the nose lights off. And let's see what I can do about this parking job. Okay, good. The docking guidance is working this time around. Sometimes it doesn't, and it's a whole lot of fun, but... oop, too fast. Here we go. There we go. Okay, excellent. Parking brake set, APU is available, and engines off. Transponder off. And seatbelt signs off. IRS off, fuel pumps out. Let's listen to that shutdown from the cabin here. That shutdown hum might be one of the most beautiful sounds in aviation. Oh, excellent. Well, we made it. We survived the Heathrow journey. What else do we have to do here? Below 15% N2, I'll get the beacon lights out, APU bleed on. That's all there is to it. Should auto-connect the jetway, there it goes. And... yeah, that's about it. So, let's pull up the... Whoa! I love when the drone cam does that. Get a nice top view from the... Actually, that's not such a great view, because it's obscured by the jetway from that side. Oh well, I'm gonna cheat. Well, let's see. What more do I say in the way of outro? I think I had a cheat sheet document pulled up for some things I wanted to keep track of. Actually, I should check on Streamlabs. That's some really loud external audio there. Yeah, I'll just crank it down a little bit for the end here. They used to run A318 London City to Kennedy. Yeah, so, I really hope Fenix does an A318 for Microsoft Flight Sim. I really need an A318. It's so freaking cool. But, alas. No good A318s for any simulator. But yeah, it's kind of on the out now in real life. There's only, what, Air France left? I think, what was it, Tehran or Romania had A318s for a while? I don't know if they still do. A318 operators. Let's see. Yeah, Tehran still has 4 in their fleet. So it's Tehran, Air France has 6, and then it's executive and government operations is the rest of it, and that's it. Very sad. Well, that is about all there is to it for this flight. Thank you very much for joining us. And, yeah, so, if you did happen to watch all the way to the end, please do suggest any routes or aircraft or whatever that you'd like to see us fly in the future, or any other ideas for the gaming channel. This is still kind of a bit of an experiment at the moment, since we're a smaller channel, so we're getting our footing, figuring out what to do, just kind of having fun on the second channel here. But yeah, I at least would love any suggestions, and yeah, that's about it there. Again, please do consider words. This is why I have to re-record all of the Aeroteam main channel outros like 3 or 4 times. I always trip over everything. Well, yeah, please do feel free to, or not feel free to, but please do consider subscribing to the Aeroteam Gaming channel to see any of our other future works. Again, as I mentioned earlier in the flight, we do use Restream for both of our platforms, so we live stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Our Twitch is linked in the description here, and yeah, so you can catch our streams on Twitch when they happen, or on YouTube as recordings afterwards, as well as when they're live too, so really platform of preference. But yeah, that's just about it. So, thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.